Hello, I'm back to dehydrating again, and I'm going to show you how I dehydrate potato slices. Martin called from the cabin and he'd found a package that I'd done a couple years ago and made them, and he said they were so good, would I make some more? So that's fine, I don't mind doing that. And it's very easy, there's just a few steps. I have my potatoes, I have washed them and cut out any bad spots. Next I will slice them with my slicer. And as I slice them, I put them in cold water. I do that so they don't discolor. It also takes out some of the starch. After I've done that, I'm going to put them in boiling water for 2 minutes, just to get them a little tender. And then as they're dehydrating, they don't turn color. Now, if you don't do this step, they'll turn kind of blackish. They're still good to eat, it's just that they turn color. I will get these sliced up. I will get them blanched a little. Then I'm going to load them on my dehydrator. This is so easy. Now, I do know you can get the shredded potatoes very cheap in the store, big tubs of them for not very much, but I'm just going to do slices today. And if you did want to do hash browns, you could do this. Browns would take a little less time than the sliced potatoes in the dehydrator, and you would also parboil these, but probably only for 30 seconds or a minute. You want these potatoes tender, but they don't fall apart. Okay, let's get cooking. Okay, I don't know how, maybe you've got some other kind of slicer at home, but I just used my box. And let me see if I can do this so you can see it. And I just do this. Some of the ends I don't really put in there because they're stubby. This helps get them evenly sliced. Your goal is evenly sliced potatoes. There we are. Now, I'm going to put these in the cold water and I'll slice some more. I'm not going to use that. Cooking, I would use that, but not today because it'll be harder to dehydrate. Let's go for another one. I've done this so many decades that I can kind of feel if I'm going wanky or not. As you can see, my water is coming to a boil, and I'm going to add my potatoes. I just lift them out of the water, put them in, and we're going to go 2 minutes. When they come back to a boil. And remember, you're only doing this so that they don't turn color as you're dehydrating them. Here we go, I'm starting the timing. Remember, 2 minutes. Alright, my potatoes are done. I'm going to scoop them out and put them in here. Now remember, you want them a little fork tender so that when you put the fork in, it goes in easily, but they aren't all done so that they break up on you when you put them on the tray. Okay, let's get these in the dehydrator. Okay, I'm going to start loading my trays. Now these are so hot at first I have to use the tongs. You don't want them touching really. I've seen some people load them up really a lot, but I'll show you how I do it. Now you can see these are pretty evenly sliced. That's why I like using my slicer. I think they also have mandolins and all different types of things you can use out there. Okay, this is about as exciting as watching cement dry, so let me load this one up. There's one tray loaded. Now let me get the rest done. Now we're all loaded and ready to go. Now as you can see, this one's a little thicker on this end. That'll take a little longer, but that's okay. What's going to happen is these are going to be actually brittle, pretty much brittle when I get done with it. So I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to let it go at 135 for 8 hours, 6 hours. Then when Martin makes these, you put them in some warm water for about 15 minutes and they plump right up. And he made fried potatoes. He said it was so good. This is the dehydrator I've been using the last several years. And what I like about it is I can do meat also. It goes up to 160 degrees. But for this I'm going 135. I'm going to start this up and I'll show you while it's dehydrating and then the finished product. Let me get going. So this has been 4.5 hours, and a lot of these are done. See, that's dry. You feel no moisture in there. It's dry. It's just a nice thin chip. And boy, they're good to eat too. So I'll put the dry ones in here. Nope, that one's good too. And if I have to continue with some, I will do that. See, there's a little bit there toward the end where the fleshy part is. I'm going to leave that on a little longer. It's just they're going to keep better. Let me get these unloaded. Most of them were dry, but I want to show you, I can still feel some moisture in there. This one really has a lot. It's a little thicker sliced. And a lot of times it'll be on the edge where the peel is. So I'm going to let these go a little longer. It may take a half an hour. And here are my chips that are all done. They're very delicious right now. I'll try not to eat too many. When they're done, they'll be crispy. I'll let you see them when I seal them up. Well, this is all done. We went from this to this. Now these are all crisp. And I'm going to package this up probably into a smaller one. This is a bigger bag. That's probably about 5 potatoes, maybe 4. This is probably 2 potatoes right here. Doesn't take much. It's really easy and it's fun to try. So here we go, dehydrating potatoes, sliced potatoes. He'll put it in warm water for about 15 minutes, then put them in the pan and fry them. And they're just like you're eating them fresh because that's what dehydrating does. Till next time, bye-bye.